Hey, welcome to your Cancer horoscopes for the week of December 10th through the 16th. No planets in Cancer this week. Focus is on those you love with a little bit of focus on home, or we're moving into, I should say, a bit of a focus on home there. Home and the security of home is just so important to cancers. I think more important to have that secure, peaceful, comfortable environment than any other sign, really. I mean, I think that there's elements from the other signs where that is important. It just is not as important as it is for cancers. But with focus on those you love and on the home, we're really looking at focus on both. We're looking at focus on those people that are closest to you, the people that are in the home at this time. We do have Vespa continuing to influence things a little bit in terms of the home, specifically finding that peace and that comfort. And Vespa is, as we've said before, that eternal flame that burns on the hearth. It's sort of that space that always feels like home. But in a retrograde state, Vespa does have a bit of an influence of not being able to find that, if that makes sense. Or your once cozy environment has somehow been infiltrated by people who are making it not quite so secure and cozy feeling, if that makes sense. This is really challenging, I think, for cancers to deal with. Not to say that you can't deal with it, because of course I know you can, but it is a big challenge when the environment, the secure environment, is disrupted in some way, which happens a lot actually during the holidays. I have a cancer child. He's an adult now, but when he was little, we used to always have people in and out of the house. I mean, not, people that we didn't know, obviously, but my husband was in a band. We did band practices. We had whole weekends where people were there. I never realized until much later just how worn out that made that one child, even though there was other kids to play with and they were kids that he loved and that he looked forward to seeing all the time. Energetically, it just wore him out to have all these people in the environment a lot. And so that leads me to teaching him to ground and bubble and to manage his personal space when he could not or was unable to manage his external space, if that makes sense. This is a big mistake that most human beings make. And I think that a lot of cancers make this mistake as well, is that we're trying to provide a physical environment. And, crabs have their shell. It's a physical environment. And they get to disappear and be alone in that physical environment whenever they want. And that is okay. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But a physical environment isn't always there, or it changes, or different things happen around you that change how you feel and the security in that physical environment. So this is where grounding and bubbling really comes in for you guys, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up my informational videos playlist and you will find how to ground and bubble in that playlist. It's really important. I've worked with so many people who can't handle crowds. They can't go to Walmart. They can't go to concerts. They can't go to places where there's a lot of people because they just get worn out. They get headaches. They get all of these different things that are happening to them. And it's happening because their energy is so sensitive. That individual's energy is so sensitive, and they're basically leaving themselves open for everybody else's energy. And it gets really overwhelming, and it can cause you to be crabby. This is what most crabs are crabby about. It can cause you to be a little crabby. It can cause you to be kind of standoffish. It can cause you to be more introverted than you need to. And when you are an introvert, which a lot of cancers, I believe, I really feel a lot of cancers are introverted. When you are an introvert, the holidays can be a nightmare because this is when all the family is there and you're having to deal with all of these people that you wouldn't normally deal with all at once. So ground and bubble, ground and bubble, ground and bubble. This process allows you to have that clean, energetic space, even though it's an invisible space. It allows you to have that, at least to be able to get through having to deal with all of these people in the house, if that makes sense, or in your space, or infiltrating your space. But it's also really, really important and really, really helpful when you have to go out in public. And so going back to my cancer kid, I taught him how to do this when he was little. And it made a huge difference when he was going to school because he wasn't picking up on all of everybody else's energy around him. I also have to say, personalizing your ground and bubble is really, really important. And he chose as a child to use a shield that came from video games, that he visualized this shield all around him. And that was his quote unquote bubble. But you know, you guys can use a crab shell if you want to. I'm just saying, it does work. So that's what I have for you guys this week. Don't get overwhelmed. It makes things so much more difficult when you start to react to the energy around you and you get overwhelmed by the energy around you. You don't have to. You simply have to put things in motion to be able to protect your energy and also keep everybody else's energy at bay. Because people also identify good energy, and when they want it, they will try and siphon it out of you in some way, shape, or form, just to feel a little bit of that for themselves, which of course they can't take it all away and walk away and expect it to continue to be the same energy, because it isn't. But most people don't think under those terms, right? So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation to my coffee link down there in the description. I would really appreciate it. I do love my coffees. Also, there's another link down there in the description this month. And for this month only, I am doing 25% off of our readings all month long to help you guys get connected with your loved ones for the holidays. There is a promo code there in the description. All you have to do is click the link, place the order, put the promo code in there, and you have your reading scheduled. It's just that easy. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys have a great week and manage your energy. Protect your energy. It's not just about your physical space. It is your physical space that you want to make sure you manage the energy in and do a really good job with that. I'll see you guys next week. Make it a great one.